The land of Egypt is a storybook written in stone and sand. For millennia, these deserts have guarded civilization's secrets. Beneath the searing sun lie the remnants of great pharaohs, their monumental temples, and their golden treasures. This is the richest source of archaeological marvels on the planet, where every handful of sand may hold a clue. We are drawn to its pyramids, its hieroglyphs, and the silent, watching eyes of the Sphinx. These wonders speak of power, belief, and life, of death and the journey beyond. Yet one mystery echoes louder than all the rest. Cleopatra was not just another ruler. She was the final pharaoh of a 3-century dynasty, and the last true sovereign of an independent Egypt. With her death, a 3,000-year civilization's rule ended. Egypt fell under Rome's dominion. She stood at the crossroads of 2 empires, fighting to preserve her kingdom's autonomy. Her story is resilience, intelligence, and survival. She was a scholar and a shrewd diplomat. She forged alliances with Julius Caesar and Mark Antony, through political acumen as much as charm. She navigated the treacherous currents of Roman politics. A powerful woman in a world of men, she endures as a heroine. Finding her tomb could redefine what we know of her world. For half a millennium, New Kingdom pharaohs chose one sacred resting place: the Valley of the Kings, a hidden necropolis of 65 tombs, gateways to eternity adorned with sacred texts. The last tomb begun here belonged to Ramses XVII, and it was never finished. Systematic looting forced a change in royal burial traditions. The sacred valley was abandoned. Power drifted toward the Mediterranean. By Cleopatra's time, Alexandria was the dazzling capital, a beacon of commerce, culture, and learning. Greek and Egyptian worlds intertwined here. The Ptolemies lived, ruled, and were buried in their capital. Sources speak of a royal cemetery in Alexandria, the Soma. Even Alexander was said to rest there. Logically, Cleopatra should lie somewhere beneath the city. But the search in Alexandria is a colossal challenge. Today's city stands directly on the ancient one. Worse still, lies just offshore. Earthquakes and tsunamis shattered the coast for centuries. Much of ancient Alexandria collapsed into the Mediterranean. A sunken kingdom waits below. The hunt becomes a marine expedition. Veteran teams map the seabed piece by piece. Granite columns and palace blocks litter the floor. Statues and sphinxes hint at former splendor. Each dive adds precious data to the map. Visibility is poor, the debris field immense. Pieces of the pharaohs and palaces have been found, but no royal cemetery. Perhaps we're looking in the wrong place. Frustrated by dead ends, one woman looked elsewhere. Kathleen Martinez, lawyer turned archaeologist. She approached Cleopatra's mystery like a legal case. Years of study led her to a bold hypothesis: Taposiris Magna, the great tomb of Osiris. A major religious center in Cleopatra's reign. Ancient writers say Cleopatra lay in a temple of Isis. Cleopatra identified herself with the goddess. The Isis connection became Martinez's compass, a fitting, protected place for a royal burial. She left law behind and came to Egypt to dig. She won a license to excavate the site. A decade of work transformed perceptions. Finds tied the temple firmly to Cleopatra's era. Then, the search moved below the surface. A vertical shaft cut into bedrock appeared outside the temple walls. An entry sealed for 2 millennia. Excavation was painstaking and dangerous. Anticipation built with every bucket. Then, breakthrough. The shaft led not to a tomb, but to a passage. A perfectly engineered tunnel stretched into darkness. This was no natural fissure, it was hewn with skill. Such effort suggested it led to something vital. Martinez descended to explore. She found the tunnels flooded. At the end, the top of a doorway, almost submerged. Finely dressed stone reinforced the tunnel's importance. Heavy pumps would be needed to continue. Around the site, more clues surfaced. Coins, statuary, datable finds. High-status burials faced the temple, as if honoring someone within. Piece by piece, the case for Cleopatra here grew stronger. Archaeology blends old tools with new tech, trowels, brushes, and intuition, paired with ground-penetrating radar. Radio waves probe the earth and bounce off hidden voids. Grid by grid, a subsurface map emerges. Anomalies suggest man-made structures. A 30-foot-wide cavity appeared, directly under the temple entrance. A precise target at last. But on the ground, power cuts and failures intruded. Permits and seasons raced the clock. Progress demands patience, perseverance, and luck. Across Egypt, science unlocks ancient burials. At Kubbat el Hawa, intact mummies reveal new stories. Today, CT scans replace destructive unwrapping. X-rays from many angles create a 3D model. Scientists see through wrappings without a touch. Age, sex, disease, and injury come into focus. Amulets appear in place, a heart scarab for rebirth. Intimate beliefs, untouched for millennia. If Cleopatra is found, CT could answer vital questions, even bring faces to life with careful reconstructions. Modern archaeology recovers stories, not just treasures. Martinez now has a target, a hidden chamber beneath the temple. The season ended, but resolve did not. She believes she is closer than anyone before. A discovery here would captivate the world. We search not for gold, but for connection. Cleopatra lived, loved, and fought for her kingdom. Grounding myth in reality advances us all. The sands still whisper, if we learn to listen. Perhaps soon, they will reveal their greatest secret,